Hello, everybody, and welcome back to EPIC41. Yep, got the number right. Today, we have the first of our 5 finals, and actually the first ever OSU finals at EPIC. Today, I am joined by somebody who probably knows a bit more about OSU than me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Doomsday. I'm part of the OSU tournament community for a very long time, and this is a very special moment. The first ever OSU finals at Epic LAN. It is such a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to be a part of the production as well. And for the final, the 2 players we have fought tooth and nail to be here. They will not disappoint. We have 2 of the UK's finest here in the final today. 2 World Cup players, many years of experience, and they're just about ready to go. They're eager to get this going. So first of all, we're going to be bringing in the one and only Kingling. Go here, buddy.
Go on, get some cheers. Go on. So, welcome to the Epic LAN stage. Are you excited to be here?
Very excited, yeah.
So, is this your first time performing on stage?
It is.
Oh, oh. Are you feeling nervous?
Just a little bit nervous.
Nah, that's all fine. So, do you think you're going to win? That's the important question.
I'm positive going into it. Like, I'm feeling good. Just got to do what I can.
That's good. You always need a positive attitude with these things. So, do you want to ask anything?
How does it feel to be here? You've had many years of experience, one of the most tenured World Cup players on the UK team. But this 1v1, you're against a very strong opponent who we're bringing in here. How are you feeling about it? This is the whole thing.
Well, never done anything like this before, so even though I've played on the World Cup team for many years, it's, very different. So we just have to take it as it comes and hope for the best.
There we go. So would you like to take a seat and we can introduce the next player in our final. So we'd like to welcome to the stage Mahmood. Come on, we get some cheers this time. Louder. Come on. There we go. There we go. So, gotta let the intro music, gotta have your moment. So, same question again. Are you excited to be here?
Definitely.
That's good. It's always good to hear. Always positive attitudes. It's a bit of fun. And from what I've heard, that's what the OSU scene seems to be like. It's a lot more chill, a lot happier. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, the UK community, good group of banters, but of course, when the competition gets down, we have some of the best in the world, but as a whole, the UK OSU community, it's just been a great bit of fun, really close as well. Been doing these meets for many years now, but this one's very special. I'm sure people here would agree.
yeah, definitely. So, you're honoured. You're one of the first ever finalists to be on this stage. So, do you think you're going to be the first ever winner on this stage?
I shouldn't be overconfident, probably. So I'll just say I'll try my best.
I'll tell that. But I know deep down you're wanting to win, and obviously it's a competition at the end of the day. So I think that's good. Yeah. So would you like to take a seat, and we can pass over to casters in a second? So we have 2 amazing casters who are both very involved with the scene. So we have Bubble Man. Would you like to go on and give us a wave? There you go.
That's me.
And we've also got Sad Sheba.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, so
So should we take it away then?
Yeah, go on then.
You want us to go?
I had a little bit of a buffer then, but yeah, take it away. I believe you
Me
can
and
do
you,
a better
Sheba.
job than me.
We got it.
Let's run it
Alrighty.
back.
Okay, this is a hype grand finals.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some crazy players here. I mean, Mahmood, #1 relaxed player in the world, but a very tenured center player on top of that. Very great aim mechanics, very strong player overall. Has played in the OS World Cup, has had great tournament experiences. I go up against Kingling, who arguably some people see as the favorite, but coming into this pool, we've seen Mahmood pull some crazy
Yeah,
scores.
there are a lot of mechanics to be had in this pool. You can find a lot that doesn't really involve precision. It doesn't really involve the difficult hard rock style that Kingling is known for. The consistency as well. And it's a LAN setup. These guys are used to playing at home.
Scenario's
Most
always
OSU
different, yeah.
tournaments happen over weekends at a time, and it's all on their home setup. It's all online. This is possibly the first time that they'll have been playing at LAN, entirely at LAN, and on a LAN stage. So there's going to be nerves, there's going to be new setup, there's going to be new monitor. Who are just better?
Just a whole different atmosphere, really. I mean, everyone's been duking out on the BYOC. They've had a tiny degree of comfort with their own PC, their own setup, their own kind of look. But now they're on a stage in front of a crowd with casters talking in the speakers, different setups, different monitors. They've got a lot to adjust to. But at the end of the day, these guys are still some of the best in the world, and I'm expecting some really good scores.
Oh,
these
absolutely.
guys throughout the day have improved on the map pool massively. We've seen great gaps of improvement. We've seen Kingling set some ridiculous scores. We've seen Mahmood set scores that we didn't expect yet were far and beyond some of the best scores of the tournament we've seen so far. So I'm so excited for this. I feel like there's going to be a great duke out. I feel like there's going to be some conflictions as well. There are quite a few maps that we've seen that both players have set some great scores on. Maybe we want to show off the bounds. We might get some special surprises in this one.
Let's see. Let's go over to that map pool right now.
Yeah, we'll switch it over, show the map pool here. So this is the set of maps that you've got here, ladies and gentlemen. If you are too unfamiliar with OSU, you've got quite a good set of maps here. So the first 5 maps that you see on the top here are the no mod maps. Those are also known as maps that don't have any modifications on top of it. It is simply just the map as it is, plain and simple, done. On the next 3 down with the 3 little icons there are the hidden maps. There are a special modification where the notes fade in just before you're supposed to click them, which adds a little bit of reading to them.
And then they fade out.
Yes.
So you're aiming at things on your screen that you have lost sight of. You can't see them. You have to memorize where they are, make sure you aim them. Then we've got hard rock as well, the rocker symbol. The circles go small. The circles go very small.
Yes.
Especially in this map pool. We've got some real precision tests in here, but it also becomes a higher approach rate, so they appear and they fade in much quicker than usual. And lastly, double time, which as its name suggests is 1.5 times speed,
Ironically.
counterintuitively. And it just speeds up the song, speeds up the map, and you play it at a greater rate.
Yeah, so generally the mechanics are going to be leaning towards that double time. You're going to be looking at really speedy stuff, and that's where a player like Mahmood outshines in quite a lot. Double time 1 is quite a speedy, high approach rate map, so the circles come at you really quickly, and you're going to be looking to aim really rapidly on that, and Mahmood, being such a high aim mechanics player, is going to benefit massively on that. We're looking at maps like Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1, DT1. Those are maps that Mahmood are going to be looking at, and the bands here reflect the same thing.
Yeah.
Nomad 1 banned here from Kingling, and with Hidden 1 banned from Mahmood. Mahmood not wanting to deal with the reading at all. He's seen how Kingling can play on it.
He wants to see his notes.
Absolutely.
He wants to click on what he can see.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you know, that's the goal.
Yeah, essentially. So this is live on Keeps. This is the first map of the match here. This is the No Mod 5, the rhythmic tapping map that has lots of control, lots of tapping control, and patterns that can really mess you up if you're not prepared for them and if you're not practiced for them, most notably.
There are a lot of different beat snap divisions. If you are familiar with music, you will know these by similar or different terms, but there's quarter beats, there's sixth beats, there's thirds, there's 1/8 as well, scattered here and there. So these guys, this is a rhythmic test. This is a test of their tapping more than it is a test of their aim. The cursor still has to move over the circles, but if you don't have your left hand in check, you're going to find many act drops, you're going to find many misses on this.
Yeah, there are a lot of Fame Control players who are really gifted on stuff like this, and that's where you're going to see most of it shine. Kingling and Mahmood have both shown decent prowess on this.
Oh, yeah.
But seeing this as Kingling's pick, safe to say he's definitely leaning more confidently, definitely looking to make the most of it as his opening pick of the match here. Here we go. It's time for the No Mod 5 to start
Let's
off
hear it for our players, guys.
our
Come on.
incredible grand finals. These guys are some of the most gifted players in the world, let alone in the UK, so expect to see some great stuff. Mahmood and Kingling, let's do it.
So that yellow thing, if you are not familiar with Osu or not familiar with skins in Osu, that yellow thing is the player's cursor. It moves over the circles which appear in a set pattern to set rhythms in the song. These guys have to tap those circles to the timing that they appear, well, in the song, to the song.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at this map so far, you can already see why it's so rhythmically intensive. It kind of goes all over the place, comes at you with a few shorter notes, a few 1/3, a few 1/4, and then immediately hits you with a fast 1/6 burst. Lots of tapping control required in this, and a lot of discipline as well. You can't just overdo it, you can't just tap
you have to
non-stop.
be really patient with this. If it slows down, you have to slow down. If it speeds up, you have to speed up. You have to respond to whatever is happening in the song, and you can hear how complex it is.
Yeah, immediately. And looking at this map so far, Mahmood seems to be the one struggling quite a bit here, not holding holding onto any combos over 100, 87% accuracy, but compared to Killing, not only a whole 10% ahead, but still holding onto a full combo, solidly able to build an 80,000 score lead and climbing past the first start of the map. You've still got quite a bit to go, but this is more leaning towards the swingy sections here. This map does have a few sections that are really, really brutal. That intro section in particular, really difficult, but this part's a little bit more tame. You're gonna have to wait until we reach that halfway point. If you see the little pie chart just on your top right of each player's screen,
Kingling, there
Kingling goes down. Yeah, Kingling's gone down. But on the top right on the little pie of the players there, you can see the timer kind of slowly go down. Once we reach that halfway mark, we're going to see a break into another really difficult section where that late stage combo is going to really matter. But Kingling's advantage so far is really, really impressive. So you're going to have to hope for not only Kingling to drop quite a lot of accuracy and combo, but expect Mahmood to hit the rest of the map in style.
So let's talk about accuracy quickly while we're in a slower section. The hundreds and 50s that you're seeing are late or early hits. So they're mistimed hits that are still close enough to the timing to be considered as you hitting the note. And Kingling with 97%. Hitting on time gives you the full 300, then there's hundreds and 50s. Mahmood down past 90%. He just breaks it now. You can see how much he's struggling with the rhythmic intensity of this map. Maybe shaking out some of those nerves on stage as well in his tapping hand. And here we go into a swing section. It slows down a little bit here. It's still, you really need to be focused during this section so you don't slip up, you don't miss a silly note here or there.
Yeah, exactly. Mahmood does hit that entire section, so he's got great combo to try and trail Kingling, but Kingling's just a little bit ahead.
He needs to find a miss.
Even if both of them break, it doesn't matter. Kingling's going to be running away with this lead, and down goes Mahmood. Unfortunately, that is going to be it.
It looks like a tech issue as well. He hasn't stopped playing.
His pen seems to be moving around. Okay, he's back to normal now. He's all good. Kingling, though, still holding on to combo, and as I speak, he goes down. And that's still going to be a really good lead there from Kingling. 256,000 score in his favor, 96 accuracy, which is exceptional considering how difficult this map is to hack. There are other maps in this pool that are decently on the easier side compared to that, but this one is a whole different beast. And seeing someone like Kingling, who is world famous for his incredible accuracy, is just going to slay this map. This is already the highest score we've seen on this map so far, nearly approaching that 1,000 combo mark. Kingling is starting to shred on this, hits the triples, and continues to hit that swing pattern towards the ending of the map. Can Kingling end this off in style? 1,000 combo and climbing the highest score in this tournament so far, and he does indeed do it. Kingling starts this off in a dominant style.
Live on stage as well.
Live on stage.
Shaking out those nerves.
Beautiful start.
Unfortunate tech issue from Mahmood there, but hey, he was trailing a little bit anyway. And
Yeah.
if Kingling locks it out like that, you will see he's known as Danny Carey in game, but that's just a
Don't look at that.
little name
Don't
change.
look at that. That's
just
just
look at the
a
name on the
change.
top.
Yeah, we get that a lot sometimes when we play OSU. Some players just like to change their names into things that they're either interested in or something that they find funny. Their name is Kingling, and you see at the top right of the screen. Use that as a reference if you need to. But yeah, good start here for Kingling. Very dominant showing at the start. Seems to be the one to have adjusted the most just now. But we're going into our next map now. Mahmood has a chance to bounce this back, and that DT1 is open, along with the Hard Rock one on top of that. Both aim mechanics heavy maps, both maps that he can definitely excel on, but Kingling remains a threat on them. If there's one thing that we know of, the maps that Mahmood is really good on, Kingling is really not far behind. So that's why you're going to have to really hope for, on the day, Mahmood to pop off the most, and Double Time 1 is the one that he's going for.
Now, Double Time 1, we saw Kingling with a really good score on this in the bracket stage before the stage. Will he be able to repeat it? Because this is a different setup, remember. We've transferred them from the BYOC area over here to the stage, so they've had to get back used to this. Find their groove again.
Yeah. Yeah, if you would like a good comparison to how good Mahmood is on the double time tapping mechanics, on the double time aim mechanics, one great way to know is that he is the global rank 1 Relax player in the world. Now, some of you might not know what Relax is, so I'll go through a quick explanation. Relax is a mod that you can apply on OSU where you can just have it so you can aim and the game clicks the notes for you. That has allowed some public private servers that people use to play alternative ways as a Relax leaderboard, and Mahmood is #1 on that. Now, you might think Relax is a bit of a cop-out mod.
Arguably the best aim in the game.
Yes, Relax may be seen as a cop-out mode, but I can assure you it opens up endless opportunities for some of the most absurd aim mechanics we've ever seen. And when Mahmood's #1, that's how you know he's a real deal, and he is an absolute inhuman Relax player. So I'm willing to bet his double time aim is not that far either.
No, and adjusting to a new setup, I mean, you want that high level of mechanics to be your fundamental, your baseline, to carry you through this. And this being 7 stars, so you start playing, it's around about 2 or 3. You get pretty good around 4 or 5. These maps are all around about 7. So that's the level these guys are playing at right now. And this is approach rate 9 on double time, which is 1.5 rate. That means that it's higher than the game will actually let you set a map to. It's approach rate 10.3, so it exceeds the game's limits.
Yeah, it's a good way of knowing that this is really quick. That you can see the little big, small, thinner circles that kind of approach into the main circles are very, very rapid, and that is what approach rate is. That's the scaling, that's the measure that you want to use to estimate how fast that will go. And 10.3 is one that's notorious for distinguishing the good tournament players that are good on double time from the great double time tournament players. And so far, it's looking quite good for both players here. Kingling is actually winning on the accuracy department, which is kind of notorious. If there's any benefit that Kingling's good at, it's hard rock and accuracy. But I'm sure Mahmood will not be too far away as there are no combo drops just yet.
He's been getting really good at these more generic, drops a couple of 50s, nearly finds a miss but saves it. And he's been getting really good at some of these generic double time maps. The drum and bass stuff, but finds a miss.
There's the miss there from Kingling. Mahmood now has that swing in his favor, and we're still in that key ice. The difficulty sections are still going to start ramping up a little bit, and you're going to see more hits of those bursts and hits of those jumps. You're going to have to hope for Mahmood to hold on until that slow section starts to finally come back and give him a little bit more room to build up this advantage combo. He's still got a lot to go. 98.93 act, though, is still really, really good. Slowly starting to trail Kingling, and that advantage still goes through, and Mahmood hits that full key ice section with style perfection.
So in this break, the leaderboard at the side of their screen pops up. They see where they are in relation to each other. And remember, this is a single-player game where you're competing for score. You can't affect the other player. You just have to play as well as you can. So the pressure is on Kingling to keep his combo. Mahmood can sit back, relax. He's got 700 and building. And he's pretty safe.
Yeah, this combo is good. You got a pretty decently tamed section, but you still have these aim patterns that can easily trip you up. It tripped up Kingling earlier, and Kingling has set some great scores on this map, so safe to say, this part isn't just too easy, it isn't too easy, but there's still room where you could lead to a drop. But Mahmood seems to be hitting this off with style, getting into this next KI. We're starting to see that combo start to ramp up to that 1000 mark. Kingling, though, has recovered excellently with great accuracy as well. You're still thinking of that threat there from Kingling. We've just passed that halfway mark, but this combo that he's got is still really threatening. Mahmood is dropped very, very soon. If he drops soon, this might be a dangerous situation for him. Kingling might be able to just trail back and get the win, but the longer Mahmood holds for, nearly dropping on that burst, but hitting it just fine and getting through just well, I think this might be good enough room for Mahmood to relax a little bit, even if he drops, but Kingling is still not too far away.
We've got a full minute left of this map, remember?
Oh boy.
This is a 4-minute long test of your reactions, your comfort on this sort of thing. That's a slider break. You can tell because of the S rank. He may have lost combo, but he didn't miss aim. He mistapped maybe. Mahmood, though, in the driver's seat.
Still holding on to 1200 combo. He is in the driver's seat to get this full combo. And here we go. Final quarter of the map to come through. The last test before the map ends up finishing off. Mahmood still holding on, but Kingling is still trailing. Eyes locked to his score, still keeping this in contention. 900 combo slowly starting to approach that 1000 mark, but Mahmood isn't going to let him go, and Kingling finally goes down, and that relenting chase has finally been stopped. Mahmood can run free into the hills, into the sunset, and gets the full combo as long as he doesn't choke on this ending, but I don't think he will. This section's pretty tame compared to the rest of the patterns that he's hit. Mahmood bounces back with an equally incredible score and gets the full combo on DT1.
That is the first full combo at this event, and he did it on stage.
Yeah, that's just impressive. That's a whole different level. Yeah, brilliant.
He held his nerve enough. He shook out his nerves in Live on Capes enough that he could set a full combo straight afterwards. No sweat.
Yeah, as he said, this is the first full combo of the tournament. We've seen several matches played, you and I, casting that. And people
from the BYOC area, where everyone is used to their setups, and they come here and they just do this.
Yeah, people have come really close, but nobody has pushed that barrier, especially
this is
on a map
be a
like
good
this.
match, Shiva.
I can't wait.
This is going to be a great match.
This is getting me excited already. Kingling was so close. One miss and a slider break. Just tiny, tiny mistakes ended up punishing him there. 748k is still one of the highest scores set on this map.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
He matched his score from the BYOC area.
And with that, finally we're going to be seeing Hidden 2 picked here from Kingling.
Oh, this is the first time all tournament. I've been waiting for this song.
Yeah, so for reference, obviously, as we already said, we've been casting these matches for a good while, and there is one map that has not been picked throughout this entire tournament. Just one, and it's Hidden 2 from Ajikura, Big Sumtam. mapped by Kikapelt. It is a hidden light tech test with good amounts of kind of reading comfort requirement in there, general hidden comfort needed, and Kingling leaning into that. Honestly, no surprise. Mahmood is not as a comfortable hidden player. He has shown a couple moments of prowess in it, but generally, Kingling leans much better. He set a brilliant score on Pure Ruby, which is the hidden one that was banned. If it's safe, if that goes to show anything, goes safe to say, Kingling's going to be a threat on this.
Oh yeah, you absolutely get rid of Pure Ruby if you're Mahmood, but you leave the other two hiddens open, and you know, you can't get rid of everything. The way the bans work in this pool is you can only ban one map because the rest of them are probably going to be played as long as it gets a tiebreaker. You have a large amount of maps to pick from, and hidden is obviously where Kingling is going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to start getting into the map very soon, but this is going to be the first time in a good while we've seen this map being played.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that.
I'm excited.
This is a map that was made for Corsair's Open 2022. It is a pretty popular and very well-known fun map that people just like to enjoy playing. It's a banger tune as well, and a banger map at that.
And it's difficult to be consistent on. You have to be really patient with the movement between these cut doubles that we're about to see. The streams on Ocarina of Time, they're all stacked on top of each other, right? You can tap your keyboard and you probably hit them if your cursor's in the right place. These, you have to time like milliseconds.
Yeah.
To move between them while you're still tapping in that streaming motion.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what we call like a cut stream or a cut burst, where the streams maintain their BPM, maintain their flow, but are split in terms on the mapping area. So you're going to have to jump your cursor very, very quickly. It's not cross screen. That would be kind of absurd.
That would
but
upsetting.
they do still have spacing there that is important to take into account. So you're going to have to really hope that that section still gets landed and you still have that discipline. But with hidden applied on top of that, it makes it even more difficult, let alone what it is now.
You have to know where they are, you have to know how to time it, and then you have to execute that.
Yeah, it's a quick process
while
that goes
being
in
accurate
seconds.
to the rhythm.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's difficult.
And that's why it
how
hasn't been
difficult it
picked.
is.
That's why it hasn't been picked for a good while. It hasn't been picked for a good while. It's a great map and it's very fun, but it's difficult. And not many people have opted in to go for that until today, until now, where Kingling's finally chose to go into it. But here we go. We're finally getting back into it now.
Locked and loaded.
Kingling's next pick here, his chance to bring his lead back to his favor. Oh, so good to see this map finally being played here. This is your epic light tech test. There's an example of those cut streams there, already missed by both players. A good estimate of what to expect here. A lot of that coming through, along with these really scary slider jumps, tripping up both players. But Mahmood is the one to come out on top with a small combo, however, does drop soon afterwards. It's looking neck and neck so far.
It's probably a great pick because neither player know how the other is going to perform on this. There is no information out there from the rest of the bracket for them to go off. So it is entirely a wild card.
Yeah, indeed. Small combo advantage in favor of Kingling there. But both players are hitting this with very, very nicely. Accuracy in favor of Kingling just a little bit, but Mahmood, he's going to go down on a slider just afterwards. And that's going to lead to Kingling holding on to a great combo advantage with that break coming through.
You can really see in the points the advantage in accuracy that Kingling has. It's around about 6 or 7%, but he's doubling the score of Mahmood, even though they had the same combo. They were hitting the same notes until that miss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slower section, build up a little bit of combo. Calm your nerves.
Slowly going to start building in now. We're going to be building up into that really difficult section. Final key to come through. Final third of the map. This map's really, really short, very sporadic. These big combos that Kingling is holding is going to be really, really important. Mahmood is trying to recover with something in the final third of the map, but it's just not going to be the case. It's not going to be enough. A little bit of Bancho buffering here. Hopefully it will come back, but this is quite common.
So this is common because the music has to sync between two clients. So we can't, if one of them disconnects for a little bit or experiences some lag, it has to stay synced.
There you go. So that's why it's quickly adjusted, but the players are still playing. It's all good. Nothing's really going wrong here. Both players, though, do drop, and Mahmood has a good combo, and we're going into the final quarter of the map, but unfortunately he's going to go down, even hitting the space room afterwards. And despite that drop from Kingling being really valuable, a great opening for Mahmood to execute, it's not going to be the case. He's going to miss soon afterwards, and Kingling almost definitely secures this win now.
Oh yeah, this is a surefire. He's more than double Mahmood's score, but this was a Kingling pick.
Yeah.
This was one that he was meant to win on, and he does. He takes it. He puts that point on the board and says, what you got?
Cleanly taking the ending as well.
Fire back.
Yeah, clean way to end it off as well, hitting the harder ending of the part with the space streams and whatnot. 300 combo to finish it off.
That's quite a good accuracy as well. 95%, 572 combo.
Yeah, on a map like this, that's pretty impressive with all the cut streams
It's
and
really
weird
hold your
sections going
nerve.
around. Yeah, precisely. And that's going to be Kingling's win. It's up to Mahmood now to even it out once again.
What's next?
Now, here's the thing, right? You're leaning maybe towards the normal 2 as a tablet mechanics error, but Kingling's great on that.
Oh, it's
You're
immediate.
leaning towards, oh, DT2.
It's immediate.
Okay.
I'm surprised at this.
Yeah, me too. I'm not too sure about this. I was not expecting this to be picked from Mahmood. He is a great tablet mechanics player, but his hand health isn't too good for this level of speed, from what we've heard.
You know the stereotype about Osu players where they all have RSI? Well, Mahmood does actually have RSI,
Yeah.
and that's why he plays the mod that removes the tapping.
Yeah, that's actually why. That is the reason why he. I don't know if it was induced from the game, but
Oh,
I don't
who knows?
think it was.
It's tendonitis, so it's like
Yeah.
it could be either or.
Yeah.
It's at least aggravated.
Yeah, that's actually the reason why Mahmood is the #1 Rax player in the world. He just plays Relax instead. But I'm surprised to see this. Mahmood may be willing to push beyond his physical limits to play this map properly.
Hey, if anything makes you tap faster, it's going to be nerves and adrenaline.
Absolutely, yeah. But this map is 230 BPM, relentless high BPM streams. Speed is a big requirement in this. You need insane amounts of stamina and a fast tapping speed. Players like Kingling, despite being very good on streams at general mid to high BPM, this BPM is a bit of a difficult one.
Yeah, this is just beyond his limit.
Just beyond,
If
yeah.
you could place where Kingling taps, it's around about 220, 225 BPM.
Yeah.
This is just beyond that at 232.
Yeah, and that's why you're thinking that although Kingling has a chance on this, you're thinking that maybe towards his next KI, you might start seeing a few drops in the stamina. Kingling already dropping a lot of 100s, giving Mahmood that accuracy advantage.
Streams.
Mahmood looking solid on this, still holding on to that full combo alongside Kingling. The score is flickering, it's very, very even so far. No definitive advantage solidified, just the accuracy as well. Dead even amongst both the players as the KI starts to go through. Kingling drops a lot of 100s in that long stream, and that's going to give Mahmood a bit of leeway to give 20,000 score in his favor ahead. But there's still a little bit left to go, a little bit of the KI left until we get into a bit of a slower section. Mahmood still has to hold on towards the longer stream sections, along with a section like that, and he hits it cleanly. Accuracy is well in his favor, and there's the break.
They get to see where they lie against each other. But it goes straight back into streams here. The
It just
solo
keeps on
section
going.
kicks.
Yeah, you thought the first KI was difficult. This part really emphasizes its stamina
Mahmood's
requirement,
down.
and down goes Mahmood. Kingling managing to hold on despite dropping lots of accuracy, and that advantage flipping rapidly back in his favor. 30,000, 40,000 score back now in his favor, growing further and further away from Mahmood's reach. Mahmood's stamina cap is starting to reach a peak.
Slower section, recover your hands. You can't get up and shake them out. You have to keep playing.
Yeah, you gotta keep playing.
You just got to do whatever you can to get some life back into them, to then go back into a chorus.
Minimize that movement, yeah. Yeah, minimize that hand movement, minimize that hand strain before you get into the really strenuous sections here. Kingling, he's building to a point that is going to start getting impossible soon. The stamina is going to start peaking here towards the KI, and the streams get really, really long. A few act drops, Mahmood drops the combo once again, and I think that's going to solidify. Kingling finally goes down, but the damage has already been done. 230,000 score and climbing. There's not much Mahmood can do. The stamina is starting to hit its peak here, and the streams get longer and longer the more he plays. Kingling's starting to drop a lot as well, but it's not going to be enough. 550,000 to 300 this late into the map. There's nothing Mahmood can do, and that is going to be the first breakpoint of our grand finals.
It was a great try. It was a valiant effort by Mahmood, but it just wasn't to be. He picked a gamble, and it was a very sound gamble to take, but it just does not pay off.
Yeah,
Kingling
reasonable.
spins and slaps a breakpoint
Yeah.
on his side of the board. 584,000 points to 370 out of a possible million, by the way.
Yeah, so that's how our scoring system works for our tournaments. It's more based on like a percentile thing. Imagine a million score to kind of be like 100% on no mod. Imagine it kind of like that way. Imagine, for example, Kingling getting 500k is like the equivalent of getting like half of the map done cleanly.
Yeah, it's you know, you scored
It's a good
about
way of
50%.
scaling. Yeah, it's a good way of kind of scaling it. It's a lot more complicated than that, but that's the most simplest way of explaining it.
Hidden 3, an immediate pick by Kingling.
Hidden 3. Kingling's keeping on that signature ride. We've seen both Pure Rugby Band, Big Sam Tom hit, and 1 for Kingling. And he's going to go into answer, the third hidden map of the pool, immediately establishing that advantage that he wants to loom over Mahmood for a good while.
This is wildly different from that hidden we just saw, though.
Yes.
Where that was very whoopie dubsteppy. This is much more standard, based on drum beats, and very linear aim. You won't see many streams in this. No cut doubles. It is all about putting your cursor in the right place. And of course, you can't see the circles. the circles have gone by the time you have to put your cursor over them.
Yeah, as you can see, good gauge of what it's going to feel like for these players. And as Bubbleman said, there is no tapping in this. There's no weird doubles. It's purely that awkward jump aim requirement. We saw it in Okaide and Asai at a much faster rate. Imagine this, much more awkward, much more spaced, generally much more uncomfortable for both of these players. Considering Kingling picked it though, safe to say, he knows what he's doing on it, but Mahmood is no slouch. He's a good aim player. Hidden might not be his comfort point, but aim definitely is. So we're going to have to see how that's going to translate into this map, because so far it's looking good for Mahmood. Great accuracy into this intro, but there's a lot more to go. 3 minutes and 39 seconds is the song's length, so
it is, but that's not quite as long as Akairi and Asai. And that was at 200 BPM, a big drop. He just miscues this pattern, and in his section as well, large chain misses coming from Mahmood. We saw he had his eye in for his aim when he could see the circles, but now they're not there when he tries to put his cursor over them.
Yeah, which makes it a little more nerve-wracking here. Gives Kingling a very tiny combo advantage, but really not by much. It's still really close. Oh, that's a tragic misread there from Mahmood, though. Completely misaiming and misreading what was that there. And that's giving Kingling a very good leeway to push ahead, along with that accuracy massively in his favor. 98 to 93, a whole 5% gap. That's going to be really advantageous on this scoring system. It's just going to keep gaining and gaining. And if Mahmood gets a combo advantage, regardless, that accuracy lead that Kingling has is going to make that score lead slowly burn away and make it much more difficult and force Mahmood to sustain it longer than he needs to.
Mahmood's aim falling apart. I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but the harder you try, the harder it is to succeed. And Mahmood trying really hard to put his cursor in the right places, but the harder he tries, the harder it is going to be to find those right places. He needs to calm down, reset, let that mental fatigue fall away.
Oh, linear aim section hit by Kingling. One of the more difficult parts of the map there. That's been shut down immediately. Kingling excelling on this, just leaning and leaning further away from him. 150,000 score and climbing.
And a huge 6% accuracy advantage. That's all from misses though, by the way.
Yeah. Look at this section get really, really difficult now. The aim starts to ramp up a lot.
Those pentagons are, like, they are deceptively difficult.
Yeah, they are, indeed. And Kingling managing to hit all of it exceptionally without any flaws. The break is shown, and I think Mahmood already knows his fate.
It took him way too long to get into his groove with this, and he's paying the price. This was Kingling's pick. This is looking like it's going to be Kingling's point. 600 combo to 200. Getting into the solo. This is quite a difficult section, but with no combo now on Mahmood, this is not going to be very fun for him.
No, it won't. It's a slow burn now towards the ending section. Mahmood's just kind of struggling here, trying to pull something, but this is just too insurmountable here. Kingling's starting to approach 700 combo. And this already is one of the best scores we've seen in the tournament. This map is absurdly difficult. Don't let Mahmood's performance deceive you. This is a tough map. Don't let Kingling's performance, who unfortunately does drop, not deceive you either. This is a difficult map. And you can see Kingling struggling on the difficult sections towards the very end. But regardless, this is a great score from him. 98 accuracy on a map like this is very impressive. And with that, 600,000 score, just nearly, most likely going to achieve it by the ending here. And yeah, that's 600k solidified there for Kingling, and that is very likely going to be the map, almost guaranteed in fact. That's the end of it. Kingling keeps that protocol safe and keeps his picks in his favor. We're not going to see a breakpoint trader for Mahmood. Unfortunately not. No even grounds, unfortunately. Kingling now at match point already.
He is looking good.
He is really,
he has adapted
really
to this setup really well.
No more hidden left to abuse, says Kingling in chat.
Well, yeah, but he does have match point.
He does.
All it takes is one small mistake, and he can just claim the title. He can claim the tournament.
Oh, Hard Rock 2 has been picked.
Right.
Now you need to talk about this.
People have been slowly getting better at this map over the time. Kingling, this is his map. Mahmood can full combo this. So he is gambling. He is gambling with his life on the line, tournament life.
Yes.
That he is going to do better than Kingling on this.
And that's incredibly brave. Yeah, that's incredibly brave.
That's a statement to make.
So, for those who don't know, Kingling as a tournament player is very well versed, can do very well on just about everything. But if there are two strengths that he is exceptional on, it is flow in streams and precision. He is actually widely known to be one of the best tournament precision players in the world, let alone ever. This guy is a statement player, a staple player, one of the people you'd put in the Precision Hall of Fame.
I'd say so.
So, considering Mahmood is picking into this, is brave. Some may call silly, but I call brave. And maybe we'll see something really special on this.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. As long as Mahmood can keep his, aim stable.
That's not
We
us.
should.
Yeah. Go on.
We should see something fun here.
Yeah, we should. Definitely should. Final map time. Here we go.
So this loops twice. The first loop is a lot more to do with circle aim. The second loop is a lot more to do with slider aim. You will see it in the difference between the two halves.
So here we go. It's the last map, potentially, if Kingling is going to take it, but it all matters on whether or not Mahmood can pull off the clutch and get something miraculous coming through here. So at the moment, Mahmood is still holding on to good combo advantage. 88 accuracy as well, but Kingling is just completely whopping the floor in terms of ag. And that entire near 10% lead is going to be really, really dangerous.
Yeah, but the higher combo for Mahmood is he's in a really good spot to take this, but misses.
Oh dear.
Just as I was saying that.
Oh dear.
Every single time.
That's tough. That's really
That's
tough.
just Osu in a nutshell. Really.
What else can you do, really? Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Kingling for a second. 97% accuracy, hits the first loop, moves forward.
Oh boy.
Oh no! We have a communication system. built in.
Aim is a big one, unfortunately. Kingling is just excelling on this, still holding on to his full combo, not dropping a single note so far, if I remember. And with that coming through,
98% now.
98% and climbing, it's just looking so dominant here for Kingling. There's not much else Mahmood can do. We're approaching the final quarter of the map. This map is short as well, only 2 minutes flat out. Mahmood is trying so desperately hard and is doing decently well in the combo game, but there's not much else Kingling can do.
Unfortunate miss for him.
More misses, and that's all that's been. Everything else has been great for Mahmood, but unfortunately, not only is Kingling winning in the combo game, but destroying in the accuracy game. And what more can you expect from this? Kingling's one of the best in the world. He's got King in his name for a reason, people.
Coming up before we can call this
But
an FC.
I don't know. I don't think that's going to be the case. Kingling may miss on the end, but King in the name, #1 in the game. Kingling is your Epic LAN Osu champion.
Very, very well played by both players.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
definitely.
That was the first full combo, again, let me remind you,
Yeah.
of this tournament.
How does he do it? How does he do it, really?
And then Kingling coming back, firing back with this to
Yeah.
seal it.
I don't know how he does it, man. The guy's got called Kingling for a reason, and yeah, he's a winner. So we'll pass it on to our lovely hosts over there.
That was intense. I was watching that from behind the stage. It was amazing. So well done to both of you. So go and give a handshake. We can have like a proper courtesy little moment. There we go. Well, rounds of applause for both our players. So Mahmood, second place. It's unfortunate, but look where you are. Second place, first ever EPIC41. How are you feeling?
I was very nervous. I think that, yeah, you're questioning the DT2 pick. Like, before we came here, I had a almost FC. That's the thing.
Obviously, I noticed in chat that apparently one of the maps was like rarely played. So I could tell that one was just kind of a toss-up between like whoever's going to win.
It was his skill set, so it was not a toss-up. It was doomed for me.
Well, it seemed to have worked out in your favour. So here we're over here. We have our winner. Round of applause for the winner. There we go. So, how are you feeling to be the first ever champion?
Well, I'm glad I played well on the day. So I was a bit worried about changing setups because usually it makes you play it quite a bit worse. But I'm glad it turned out pretty okay in the end.
Yeah, it clearly worked out. You won, didn't you?
Yeah, I say you took to that. That's a difficult map pool, but it seemed like you took to that like a fish to water immediately with some brilliant scores. But likewise to Mahmood as well on that double time 1. That was an insane score, by the way, from you on that DT1, that FC. I don't want to even got close to that prior to this, so that is properly impressive. But as well to you, Kingling, on pretty much every skill set there. You really came into your own here, and it was super impressive to see. Congratulations on your victory. Thank you. Congratulations, mate.
Yes, I think it's time for, you see it? We got a trophy for you. So go on, have your moment in front of everyone. Go on, lift it up. Lift it up. There we are. So that's all for Osu, the first ever one at Epic LAN. Thank you for joining me, Doomsday.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, absolute pleasure being here and be able to bring our community here. It's been a fantastic final. And, of course, more to come at Epic LAN as well. I believe we've got more to come, don't we?
Yeah, so up next we have our second set of finals, the Overwatch 2 finals. You might see me on stage once again for that one. But, yeah, there's so much more going on. But, yeah, that's the first one. My name is Quino, and see you in a bit.